Happy Sunday, y'all. Just dropping in to say that I actually got a chance to watch Ready to Love Detroit, and it came out of nowhere because I didn't even know they were coming back. I only knew they came back because some of my favorite content creators like Chloe Johnson, Misha, IMO, and those type of folks. What am I missing? Did Tammy Talks do it? But anyways, some of my favorite influencers dropped videos on that Ready to Love was back. So I was minding my business as usual, chilling, and I turned it on and baby Detroit came through. I have a special place in my heart for Detroit because my other family's from Detroit. What up, though? And I spent a lot of time in Detroit, and baby, they came through. First of all, everybody looked it good. Everybody looked it good. That I love. People don't know this, but Detroit, as well as Chicago, has some of the best architecture, beautiful places, beautiful venues and everything. And baby, I love a good trip to the casino. I don't gamble, but for entertainment value, the shows that they put on in there, the food. But Detroit came through. They got rid of that bringing in the two sets of people, two sets of 10, and brought in all 20. They gave us all the eye candy all at once. Like, whoa, all at once. So and Detroit, the other thing I like about Detroit and Michigan, because they actually have weather and they have seasons, they be putting that on. They stay dressed. But I think that lady Dominique that was dressed like a majorette had me kikiing or whatever. And then the old girl Emily, baby, as a member of the big breasted community, you need to find a dress and a bra that fit the girls. People who know me in real life, I'm like 90% boobs. So I know, and that's why I don't wear certain things. But she was what Dave Chappelle said her boobs was coming out of the top of her turtleneck. but she was something else. But apparently she's a seamstress for the Detroit Pistons. Shout out to Detroit Pistons. You guys actually got me into basketball when y'all had that championship year. Ooh, Chauncey Billups. But anyways, so the men were fine, but the one dude that had that Beijing beard and fade, he had his clothes on. He was dressed to the T. He was flashy. And then what's that dude named Bello? You could tell he's nicely dressed, put together, and he got a bag. I'm about to say something, Lord. You know who two people who were fine to me? The teacher, I think his name is Steven. Let's go color together. He's so cute. He gives a teacher vibe. The way the bright colors, the glasses. He was very, very cute, very nice. The dude Edward, he's my speed all the way, all the way. That's me. Then they had old boy, the dude Devin. He was so nerdy. He was trying so hard, and I love a good nerd. What they say is true. They'll look like a nerd, and they'll put your behind through the mattress. I love a good nerd, but something was awkward. They weren't really feeling him or whatever. And then they had that dude Ricky, who's a tattoo artist. Something about him was like, I've been noticing, it's gonna sound weird, but like I saw another dude with it looks like he has vitiligo, and I see another dude on Pop the Balloon with vitiligo, and like it gives a Winnie Harlow effect. Like it's like a seasoning on the top of the melon, and it's fine. And he's a risk taker. He rides motorcycles, but baby, I'm sorry, I'm about to hurt people feelings. You just started the show. Apparently, he passed away in April in a motorcycle incident. Allegedly. Oh my God. But I guess we get to enjoy him while he was here. At least we get to see him. What other dude stood out? I think his name was Said. I think that was his name. They always have one, dude that stands out. He looked like one of the dudes from Damian Dane. Like he had one of those, like he has braids, but there's no real king to it, boneless braids or whatever. He was giving very Bartiz from Love Is Blind vibes. Let me see who else was there. There's a dude that looked like a goofy Genuine who kept clowning. I think Dominique, because Dominique had tattoos of her two dudes apparently covered up, but not covered up enough. And they were big time. He said he couldn't live up to that, but he kind of started roasting her. As for the women, all of them were beautiful. Every last one was beautiful in their own way. The lawyer, she gives me a little awkward vibe, Aki Boots. And then they have that really tall lady. I think she's like 6 foot. She was wilding out trying to get people, getting dudes to do 360s. As a woman, if you don't want to be made to do a 360, why would a dude want to do a 360? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. But got down to the end and they have 4 people. Oh, Tommy had to show out with his suit. You can't go to Detroit and look toe down in a suit. That's what they're known for. But anyways, they went down and they put people in the bottom. And I think Dominique in her majorette suit was in the bottom. Emily was in the bottom. Devin and his awkwardness was in the bottom. I'm trying to remember who else was in the bottom, but they put 4 people in the bottom. But usually people were complaining because they eliminate people at the mixer too soon so you don't get to know them. And they were putting them in the bottom, and that's the cliffhanger they left them on. So let's hope they listen to us. They already listened to us and put all the singles together at once. Let's hope they listen to us and don't eliminate people on the first night. So you can actually, if you're really trying to have people find love, give them a chance to get to know each other. Because sometimes, yes, first impressions are important, but sometimes people grow on you. Some of the people I've been like the most smitten with, most in love with, they grew on me. It wasn't like grew on me like, dang, you were hideous and I didn't find you attractive. And you grew on me, meaning like it was, I'm kind of awkward. So the whole thing was kind of awkward. And then once we get to know each other, like some of the best people that I know. So we need to give time for love to grow. But Detroit on the first episode, hate to be comparing the melanated folks to each other, but Detroit in the first episode blew Philly out the water. That was a dumpster fire season. This last season that just passed, I think they just ran it because they had already took the footage and everything, but it looks like the budget is hitting. The people look good. It looks like there might actually be good love connections, and it was giving me the energy of past seasons because I love, especially melanated dating shows, because not only does it give you date ideas for places to go, but you kind of get to see what the scene is like, how people interact. You kind of, it's relatable when they put a whole bunch of foolishness on the scene, which the dating scene can be foolishness, on the screen, and it looks like there's no authentic connections and everything. It downgrades the show. Because I was about to say, hold up, y'all might need to go ahead and pack it up and shut it down. Cause Philly was not it, baby. Philly was not it. Let me see one last person. Ashley, I like Ashley's realness, but she was acting up a little bit when she was like, if you don't have money, you can't date me. That's not what I had to take issue with. It was when she was in the mixer, she seemed more down to earth and everything, but then she would go in a confessional and I guess she kind of revealed their intention. And I noticed they were doing that too. They were doing more of people interacting in the mixers and giving the real about how they felt about the person they were talking to. Like that weird dude, Devin. I'm sorry I called him weird, but he was interacting with the lady and he chose her as his top. And she said she would never talk to him in real life. So sometimes you're not reading the room correctly. But I'm really excited about Ready to Love. I have a lot going on. And so I'll just drop in and do random videos. But I enjoyed it. I was here for it. I still got to watch Welcome to Deary, the 3rd episode, because these people have me running like between work, people transitioning as from teenagers to adults, all the things with my kids and everything. And what I have going on, sis is tired. But I love a little bit of escapism to going into Ready to Love land. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Bye, y'all.